Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by having my entire family witness me getting head in my car from my girlfriend. At the time, the tale I'm about to weave happened some time ago. Figured I'd tell this story though, so here it goes. I used to date this girl, and early on in our relationship we were all about the going out to bars phase and hanging out every chance we could. Well, it was a Friday night and my brother was playing guitar at a bar, so I thought it'd be fun to join my parents and my sister and drink and listen to him play. My parents arrived at the bar first, and then my girlfriend and I arrived in my car. We parked a couple cars down from my dad's car. There were a ton of cars, so we found a spot and nestled right in. Up to an hour in, we're having a grand old time, drinking and yucking it up with my family. Well, I look at my girlfriend and she flashes me the sexy eyes, and of course me being a drunk and horny 23-year-old decides to flash them back. So I pretend I'm going outside with her to have a smoke, and we go to my car and it's pretty dark out. No one is around. I triple check to look for people, and then when I assume it's safe I pull out my log and she starts giving me the old blowy. Now I'm in the car for a good 15 minutes with her, and we were both drunk, but not completely useless. But we both must have lost track of time because we were so in the moment that we didn't realize the gig my brother was playing let out. I hear the knock on the window first and we both jump about 2 feet in the air in our seats. I look up. My sister starts walking away shaking her head. I see my mom with the most horrified look on her face. My brother is loading up my dad's car with his music equipment. My dad just turned and tried to hurry my mom back to their car. Meanwhile, my girlfriend pretends to be looking for a contact while I'm struggling to zip up my jeans. The next day my girlfriend and I had plans for dinner with my parents. I wanted to get ahead of the situation to gauge my dad's reaction and to hopefully find out what exactly they saw. So I begin to open my mouth when he cuts me off and says, "So we are having chicken for dinner tonight." Cool, dad, but insert first name here is a vegetarian. And without missing a beat my dad says, "Not from what we saw last night, unless you have a broccoli dick." Ladies and gentlemen, my father too long didn't read. My entire family caught me getting a blowjob from my girlfriend at the time. The pinnacle of dad jokes right there. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and he grabbed it tightly. My dad hit peak troll dad when he caught me committing the sins of a high school boy and said, "I'll come back later, I see your hand is full," and then left. The full part he meant sarcastically. And that's how he became known as Broccoli Rob. His name is Robert, no lie. The old "I lost my contact on your dick" routine. She's a pro. Your dad is a legend. Today I fucked up by telling my date's father my intentions with his daughter. Disclaimer, this wasn't actually today, but I just remembered it. I was on my first date with a lovely girl named Michelle. I took her to what people my age consider a pretty nice restaurant for a date. She didn't know where we were going ahead of time. A few minutes after we ordered, her face turned bright red and she told me to hide. I was confused and about to ask why when an older couple approached our table and introduced themselves as Michelle's parents. After some brief, uncomfortable small talk, her father, who had already casually mentioned twice that he was a police officer, each time placing his hand where his gun holster would be, asked me a question I didn't know people still asked. "What are your intentions with my daughter?" For the record, my intentions were simply to get to know her and maybe start a relationship with her. Unfortunately, the question caught me off guard, and I tend to unfailingly, use humor as a defense mechanism. So I replied, "I don't know, officer. I have attention deficit disorder." Michelle and her mother both burst into laughter, but her father was not amused. He dragged my date away, never to be heard from by me again. TL, doctor, date's parents happen to be at the restaurant. Father asks, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" Tell him I don't know due to my attention deficit disorder. He didn't like it and dragged my date away. Classic mistake. Never out dad joke a dad on the first date. You gotta wait till there's a ring on it for that kind of power move. Edit, just wanted to say I agree this dad is a humorless hard ass and he definitely dodged a bullet being his son-in-law. But it is still good etiquette and a sign of respect not to joke around with someone you've just met. Like Op said, he slipped up, a defensive go-to when he's nervous. But yeah, never heard from her again. That dad is an ass. Dumbass me almost googled what attention deficit disorder was. 24 karat gold joke. Daddy is obviously just a dick. 1. You have a great sense of humor. 2. Mr. Police Tough Guy is an ass. 3. You dodged a bullet. Maybe literally. I think you recovered marvelously. My first date unfortunately picked me up when my dad had 2 Navy buddies over to drink and remember the good old times. They surrounded him and he was white as a sheet. Geez. His intentions were to take me out to a movie. That was over 30 years ago. I hate that even other men treat young guys like they're nothing but a dick seeking a hole. Like, yeah, young guys have kinda ridiculous libidos. That doesn't mean they're bad people. And it may come as a shock, but some guys actually want to get married because they're human beings who need relationships and love too. As a woman, this shit was hard for me to understand initially. I grew up in a highly macho and misogynistic culture. First time I saw a guy cry I was like 27. I had no idea what to do. Turns out, you just treat him like a human being who's hurting. Who could have guessed? Lol. Today I fucked up by realizing a girl had the most obvious lesbian crush on me 5 years too late. Now 22, used to be acquainted with another girl my age. We were both about 17 at the time. It was a typical friend of a friend situation. I am bisexual and thought she was really cute, but never once thought that she could possibly be into girls as well, least of all me. My self-esteem was extremely low around that age and I did all kinds of mental gymnastics to explain away all of her flirting. I once saw her at the grocery store and she became really shy and didn't approach me. She was very shy in general, but later that day sent me a message saying something like, I saw you at the grocery store today, you looked cute. But the absolute boldest move I completely ignored was Valentine's Day when we hung out as a group with our friends and she walked over to me and gifted me a hint so broad, I can't explain how the wrapper didn't burst. She had made me handmade heart-shaped chocolates and put them in a small transparent gift bag. There was only one other thing in the gift bag. The only thing in the universe that could be gayer than heart-shaped chocolate from one gal to another, a little paper card with some kind words on it, and printed on the other side was a picture, a manga panel from the looks of it, of 2 girls holding hands. And my only thought was, wow, what a nice girl. I have to be really careful not to develop a huge crush on her, since she couldn't possibly be into me. She probably felt bad for me on Valentine's Day because I'm so single and unfortunate looking. Those straight girls really lead you on without meaning to. Today I looked back on this situation with horrified realization, as Facebook told me she got married recently to a woman. Too long didn't read. I thought a teenage friend had just been really nice to me. Realized she had been gay the whole time when she got married. I just love the comments. Everyone, how can a human being be this dense? Other WLW, been there. Shit, I'm a dude sitting here saying I get it. If our friends hadn't intervened, I don't know if I would have ever realized that my now wife had a thing for me too. And my only thought was, wow, what a nice girl. I have to be really careful not to develop a huge crush on her, since she couldn't possibly be into me. She probably felt bad for me on Valentine's Day because I'm so single and unfortunate looking. Those straight girls really lead you on without meaning to. Lol, been there. Senior year of high school, a really cute girl I liked wrote in my yearbook, heart, you're a really sweet guy and you're fun to be around. We should hang out this summer. Call me if you want to do anything, or even if you want to come to my house and not do anything. Heart, followed by her phone number. And I said to myself, dang, she's so sweet. I wish I had a chance with a girl like that. Till I'm not the slowest guy alive. So it's not just men that are completely oblivious. As long as you also like women, you can be as stupid as a guy regardless of gender, apparently. Man, that girl sounded sweet as sugar and my heart melted when she made heart-shaped chocolates for the day. What could have happened, you know? I'm a gay man and I did the same thing when I was in high school, except this guy was totally in the closet. Didn't realize he was in the closet, I just thought he was straight and flirted with me as a joke. Years later I saw him drunk in a gay bar.